My name is Ruby. I'm the founder of Madebymt.com, and I teach people how to sew and sell their design online. But today we're not going to talk about those both things. Today I'm going to share one of the DIY book I love a lot, and I just want to share with you, and I bet you will love it too. Let's get to it. The first book I want to recommend is the Handmade Living by Lotta Jansdotter. Yes, it's the designer I love so much because I love her pattern. It's simple design, and I actually got this one on Half-Price bookstore, so it's got a very good deal. And I am very obsessed with the designer workspace, notebook, those kind of things. So that's why I love this book, because it's kind of have a little bit inside behind the scene of her work. These beautiful pictures and her little note about the design things. And the kitty cat. About how she created the design, what's her house look like, and have the kind of the decor inside her house, pattern she used inside her house, like pillowcase, like tablecloth, which is really beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. And it's not only the first book I have about from her. Okay, this is part I love the most. I always love to see the artwork, the workspace, like how she created the design, like here, how she created the design, all her sketch, and the tiny little note in the finished product, what it looked like, and the bookshelf. It's just beautiful, amazing, and I love it so much. Her little collection tools, the workplace, the little thing, just to me it's just like a beautiful store to me. Even it's the workplace, it just looks so awesome. Okay, and that's how her office before not even have any decoration until finished. It's the transformation, which is great. I wish I have that space for my office. Okay, and that's the Handmade Living. Sorry, I'm going to put the link in the below. You can order it on Amazon. You probably can get secondhand pretty easily over there too. Okay, and the second book I want to recommend, same author, is Simple Sewing. If you just started sewing, I would definitely recommend this book because they start with a really simple project you can start with, and also have a very beautiful picture. A lot of time I actually buy the book for the picture. So they actually have some little tiny project you can use for your daily living. Let me find the table of content. So they have simple tote, garden tote, and nest, and some curtain with pockets, all those kind of organized wall organizer, which is really useful. Little table accessory for in the kitchen or in the dining table. It's really simple, easy to follow to start with your project. So I definitely recommend people starting with this one if you don't know how to sew and just get to start sewing. And the best part of this book is they come with pattern for you in this tiny little pocket, so you can actually get it and trace the pattern or cut it off and make it very easy. Okay, that's the second book. Okay, remember I talked about I'm really obsessed with all the designer workplace, and this is exactly the book they talk about. Open the studio. So she interviewed couple, like four different place designer. One is Brooklyn, here in different place of designer, and have a little conversation with them, and you can see all the awesome place they create the amazing artwork, and a lot of like kind of behind the scene how they create the design and what they're going to do for the next. So I love all this picture. Sometimes the messier the workplace, I love it more, because that's exactly what happens when you actually start working in the place. There. Just really amazing. I always love to see the designer thought and their workplace. Okay, it's extremely beautiful. Definitely recommend for this one. If you're going to open a studio, even you love some of the designer inside this content, go for it. You can understand the designer more. Okay, and if you like to create a pattern or design a fabric pattern for your future project, or that's your career, I definitely recommend this book for your beginner. It's actually contain a lot of information for beginner. It's so good. I don't even know how to start it, because that including how you design it, how you print it, and you can use Photoshop to design it, Illustrator to design it, and they even tell you about some of the pattern. What's the you can get to know a little bit of the pattern history, not actual history, about a little tiny knowledge about the pattern, what it's go with. And hold on a second. See, most beautiful thing, and you can get to know a little bit how she designed the pattern, including a little bit interview with a couple different pattern designer, some chapter, so it's really easy to read, get started. It looks like a lot of work, but it's not as bad because I have a lot of tutorial inside it. That's from Photoshop. Okay. And later have Illustrator. So here's a part about they talking about some the design pattern designer, what they prefer to use, like Photoshop or different kind of things, and you can get to know a little bit about the colors and where you can print your fabric. She mentioned a couple swords you can use, like spoon flower, of course, or you can actually print it for yourself. Okay, fabric basics you definitely need to know when you start for design your pattern, like all the different kind of fabric and little knowledge about by the side. It's super helpful. And you can use rubber stamp to make your pattern or screen printing. I love the screen printing the most, but that actually costs more if you just starting up. But if you want to do it for like permanently, I definitely recommend screen printing instead of the other kinds, because they stay longer and it's actually cost less if you're doing like a mass production. Okay, the next one I want to recommend to you guys is printing by hand. I get this one on Half Price Bookstore too, and I love this book because it's just beginning. I want to learn how to do screen printing. This one is actually easy and helpful for you to get started. Have a lot of picture and including pattern for you in the back, so if you like couple of the pattern, you can copy it or trace from the pattern and like do some experiments when you just get started. You talk about tools and different way you can put on the pattern on top of the fabric or paper, even the plate, and I'm pretty sure have the notebook, tablecloth, napkin, and the wood. So you can actually use the pattern design and decorate on some of the furniture you have in the house, which is really amazing. Just totally change the old furniture to a new look. Okay, and then talk about screen printing in the end. And I love it, so easy, simple to get started. So there you go, that's a couple DIY books I definitely love and recommend you go check it out. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.